Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Gita, chapter number 2, text number 1. Sanjay Uvacha Tam Tata Kripavistam Asru Purnakulekshanam Visidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha. Translation purport given by His Divine English Issue Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Material compassion, lamentation, tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion of the eternal soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that he had overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress. The gross material body, one who does not know this and laments for the outward dress, is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in self-realization by analytical study of material body and the spirit, as explained by the Supreme Authority. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in fixed conception of real self. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Putale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vachapati Tanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Giru Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatharinam Hare Krishna. So couple yesterday we couldn't discuss. Couple of days back we were discussing about the same verse. In what situation Arjuna has been kept? The current situation in which he is right now, where his mind is completely blank, cannot express, cannot share. Whatever he shared, whatever he expressed, then didn't give him satisfaction. And now he is looking for alternative solutions. Now, when Srila Prabhupada went to US, our counterculture was going on, as you all are, you all are aware of it. Through the counterculture, everyone were trying to find various ways and means to become happy. But after finding all of them, they were reluctant, they were hesitant, they were kind of boiled down, exhausted. And then they're at that point of time they were looking for solutions, better options, better way of leading a life. Through that process, they found the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, his divine presence, his words, gave them solace and transformed their heart. Now this transformation began through the divine presence Because only a pure devotee can show or give the faith of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The faith has to be given to us. Dear devotees, let's say if you are purchasing a new bike or a car, you have an expectation that the car will work nicely. Won't we put faith on that? We put faith. Not just putting faith, we invest money also, stating that the car will be functioning as expected. So, even a small little thing in this world, we put faith and we expect that should come in that way. When that thing is not met, then that is where the problem comes. Now, for Arjuna, he was expecting not to kill, he was expecting not to fight, he was expecting not to put in that particular situation, but he was being kept. He was being kept in that difficult situation only. He was not expecting that, but that came. Dear what is when things go as per our expectation? Do we ever think about the situation? For example, you're getting your salary, this, that, everything without any problem. Do we actually think about that? We don't think. For example, if your body is functioning as expected, everything is going great in the body. Do we ever think about that? Or do we ever say, thank you, my dear kidneys, thank you, my liver, you've done great job. Do we ever say like that? We don't. But whenever there is a problem, there is an obstruction. When a doctor says that there's a problem here, there's a problem there, that is where we begin thinking more about that. That means unless and until there is a situation, until that point of time, our understanding will be just an understanding. Likewise, coming to Krishna consciousness is different ways. Doesn't matter with what aspirations we came. But now the aspirations have to be one. What are the aspirations? The aspirations of our acharyas. Our life should be meant for that. That means through time, place, circumstances, we might be kept at a particular situation. We should accept that. No matter what, we should accept every situation which is coming in our life. For example, if you are unable to express your heart at a particular moment, you know what is the best solution? We should be quiet. And then afterwards, you should actually convey the message to them once you feel comfortable. Because what is happening is being quiet is okay, but putting them down is not okay. Because that makes the situation worsen. That makes the situation even worse. So we should be quiet. When we are quiet, then we can think. When we can think, then we can contemplate. When we can contemplate, we can actually do the results in a better way. So that is the right way. Even if you see at our office, we have that kind of strategy, right? If you have to send an email to a particular higher authorities, you don't send whimsically just like that. You think about it, you write, again you put it in the draft, again you write, again you think about it. You want to ensure that all the thoughts, all the details are covered in that email. Doesn't matter whether they are reading it or not. From our side, what we have to do has to be done in a perfect way. This is the way of dealing things in this world. Because this world is like a short circuit. That means it doesn't have it doesn't have a longevity. It is very short driven. It is very short period. So within this short period, we should do our best to see these kind of things are taken care. Due to that reason only, Krishna is telling Arjuna, why have these impurities come upon you? Why are you thinking like this? Why are you behaving like this? Generally, if an elder person is behaving in a different way, we say, why are you thinking like a child? Because children, they do not have that understanding or that maturity. Due to that reason, they say that, why are you behaving like this? So likewise, if our consciousness is not placed in that realm, what realm? The realm which Krishna wants Arjuna to be kept in. If our mentality is not in according to what our Guru Sadhu Shastra are telling, then that leads to problem. Doesn't matter who he is, because since eternity the same principle is there. Since eternity, where Vishwamitra Muni, oh, he had ill feelings towards a Vaishnav, Vasishta Muni. Now that ill feeling, no matter how much advanced he is, that ill feeling towards one person, he is putting him down. Please understand. This is very powerful. That means internally, if our thought process is not right towards at least one person, that doesn't matter whether that person has done some heinous act towards us or not. That doesn't matter, because everything is been orchestrated, everything is been driven. We shouldn't be bogged down. For example, somebody cheated us, somebody kept us down. Doesn't matter. We should accept it as is, as is. We should try to come out it. You don't have to fight for that. You should just come out of that situation thinking that, oh, my dear Lord, thank you for showing me this opportunity. Arjuna did not do that. In the first instance he thought to come out of that, but later on he gave detailed explanations. After giving detailed explanations also, then after that his coming out is different to the initial coming out. If you see chapter 1, Arjuna really wanted to come out. He says, why I should kill these personalities? I can take sannyas. I don't want any of these things. That means he's actually coming out of that, but not with reasons and logics. Now he has reasons and logics. That reasons and logics is actually going or allowing him to go deeper. Please understand, dear devotees. For example, if your son or daughter is not listening, we will immediately tell, I don't want you, or this is not right, that is not right. We generally say, right? What is that? Through Rajoguna it comes. But when we think or actually go deeper, then things will change actually. That is what exactly is happening. Arjuna at one instance he said, I will come out of this. But later on, after giving all the reasons, what is he doing? He's going deeper. Then he understood, I cannot do from my side. Likewise, we should also understand that I cannot do myself. We should realize that. That realization should come. How does that realization should come? When we are working on that. Just like Arjuna worked on it. When Arjuna worked on it, he gave so many reasons and logics, thousands of reasons and logics. If you actually think about every reason, you can understand, you can contemplate how much deep the art of Arjuna is. That's why Prabhupada says that these personalities are the persons who can really understand the principles of Gita. Otherwise, we cannot understand. For example, if I am, if our heart is filled with lust, greed, or anger, do you think that the principles of Gita will go into our heart? No, principles of Gita will not go. That means those anarthas are there. That means shouldn't we hear? No, no, no. Hearing is also cleansing process. After cleansing, when we hear them, the hearing will be more. Please understand. For example, if you have a disease, you go to the hospital. Having a disease, going to the hospital initially will not help. Day one. It doesn't mean that you immediately come out of the hospital or you don't take the medication. Gradually, when you continue taking it, after a month or 2 or 6 months or 1 year, eventually your health will be recovered. Then after the recovered health, then your saying or taking or teaching or perception is totally different. In the middle, we cannot come out of that. That means, oh, this Shravana is not, or this Kirtana, or my chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or hearing process is not helping. That doesn't mean that we immediately come out of it. We understand we have anarthas. And we understand this process of Shravana and Kirtana is helping us. Whoever is hearing sincerely, they'll understand. That means, yes, this process is working for me. वो काम कर रहा है. It is actually showing us what is apples, what is oranges. That means it kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsara. How is that coming and how to combat that? You don't know anything, just keep quiet. That is the best solution at that point of time. Rather than worsening the situation, it is better to keep quiet. Later on, we can discuss about that matter. So this understanding has to be dovetailed between both the parties, husband and wife, anywhere, dear devotee, employee-employer relation, anywhere. Because this world, in the front, they speak nicely. In the back, they speak about us. That's a very bad action. Whoever is doing that, they get a lot of karmic reactions. For example, I'll tell an example. In the front, you are actually appreciating, or you're not appreciating, you're not putting him down. You're neutral. But in the background, to that same person, you're actually putting him down. That means the karmic reactions which the person is going through, you have to take care of that. Are we in a position to take care of the other person's karmic reactions? If you are, then all the best. But we already have a baggage. Why we want to take other baggage? Other baggage. We don't want to. That means backbeating is very bad, especially in the Vaishnava circle, especially among the devotees. Even the devotee is new. Even the devotee came last week. We shouldn't speak ill about him. Please understand. Generally, we don't speak ill in front of him, but we will speak ill in the back. Don't you think that the person is like a foolish person? He couldn't understand what we are doing. He will understand. Especially in the community, we should never do that. Among the devotees, never ever speak ill about the other devotee. If you are speaking means we are actually carrying their karmic reaction. Spirit. This is this benediction in Kali Yuga. What is the benediction? If you speak good about the other person, you get the benefit. It's a credit for you. Not that you speak good about the other person only to get credit. Generally, you should see, you should develop this quality of seeing good qualities in others. So when we develop those qualities, for example, everyone is developing that quality. Everyone is actually, seeing good quality. It becomes easy for the teacher. It becomes easy because everyone is coming to that state. Everyone is trying to quietly avoid. And then not just avoiding, they are also hearing. Hearing means what is happening is we will consciously try to omit that. For example, if every person is following the Trinada Abhisunichana, Thorori Vasaveshwa, Amani Namaradana, Kirtani Sadhana, what is that? It's the greatest thing, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be so blissful, so pleased with that. That means what is happening? When we follow, if everyone is following that do we put the other person down? No, we will not put the other person. That means what is happening? You are actually increasing the principle, the principle of accepting the the truth as is. Here, the Dhritarashtra is actually separating. He's a separatist. He wants to separate his family and the family of Pandavas. When Sanjay is hearing that. If you actually see, Sanjay is not repeating that. Do you see Sanjay repeating that? No. What is he doing? He's hearing, he's vomiting. Dear devotees, we should cultivate this quality. An example in our closed mid circle, like husband, wife, children, father-in-law, mother-in-law, father, mother. Out of some rajoguna, sometime from us also it might come ill about others. What should the other person do? We should be quiet. We should not respond to that. That means we should not put more ghee into that. More ghee into that means, oh yes, 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 exactly. So what you said is absolutely right. That means what are we doing? The both personalities will have to go through the problems. Very important, dear words. If we understand this, this is a greatest shelter to us. Because what is happening without our intervention, dear devotees, without our intervention, we will make divine progress. Because consciously, what are we trying to do? We are trying to avoid that. We should avoid that. This is a habit which we need to cultivate. This is how this should be our role models. Because Srila Prabhupada went through so many difficulties. So many difficulties. No, you should actually see him. He corrected only his disciples, not everyone who is going everyone everywhere in the street. Do you see Srila Prabhupada correcting everyone who is going in the street? No. I mean, he's telling the principle, but correction is coming only to his whoever are his intimate associates. Oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has seen so many people. He said, "You chant Hare Krishna. You chant Hare Krishna." Sthane Sthitigata, stay where you are. Chanting, take care of your parents. But whoever are the close associates, left and right. That means what he's doing? He's correcting his close associates. That means what is he doing? He's finding faults in his associates. Why? Because that finding faults in his close associates will benefit that person. Please understand. That person will be benefited. Not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very happy in finding faults. No, it's a difficult state to find faults in others. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, pure followers, they correct us. Why? It's beneficial for us. But they only correct when we are actually giving that relation. Otherwise, they're not correct. Because they'll run away. Because they're not yet situated in that state of Krishna consciousness. Very important. Because who receives instructions? Who should actually receive instructions? Now, Srila Prabhupada continuously asking, can you please tell me? Can you please tell me? How can I serve you? How can I serve you? Then he gave Bhaktisiddhanta stock. Then he gave. Prabhupada asking again and again, what is the service? What is the service I can do? Now, what Srila Prabhupada is actually thinking here, he is thinking he is my master, not thinking is convinced. Srila Prabhupada is convinced Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is his master, and then whatever he says, if I do, that is beneficial for me. That's why he's asking, can you give me? Can you give me? Can you give me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is good to me? What is good to me? Then he received that. That means what is he doing? The person who is actually taking the instruction, that person should be in the plane of surrender. Then the other person will give the instruction, this person will accept the instruction, this person will serve, then he will get the benefit. This we actually see through the life of Srila Prabhupada. Lilamrita, Srila Prabhupada very clearly expressing his heart. Can you please tell me? Because that is his desire. Because he saw a pure soul, he wants to serve him. Because he knows if I please him, that is the perfection of the life. Now, when that person is giving us the teachings, that person is telling us this realization of Krishna consciousness is only possible when one works without any attachments, fruitive results. And that person is fixed, then he will realize who he is. That means he is doing an action, but he is not attached. The Srila Prabhupada is telling. That means Arjuna doesn't want to fight. Why? What is the reason? Out of attachment. Likewise, the souls like us were actually striving to be Krishna conscious. The souls, right? The souls go back. Why? Through attachments, fear, anxiety, so many circumstances, situations in one's life not allowing him to take the next step. These things are the ones which are obstructing. Now, if you actually see it, the life of Lord Ramachandra is tomorrow is Lord Ramachandra's appearance day. So, when he heard the word from his father, was he dejected? You should think about it. Was he going through a difficulty that, oh, I should leave Ayodhya, oh, I should leave the kingdom, oh, I should leave all the comforts, oh, I should leave this, that, so many other things. Was he thinking like that? No. Why is he not thinking like that? Or through that thought process, does he have the mood of complaining towards Dasharat Maharaj that, dear father, what did I do? Why are you sending me to the forest? He's not asking like that. What was he doing? He immediately agreed to the words which he heard right away. And he says, my dear father, why are you hesitant to tell this thing to me? You're my father, you can tell. I'm your son, you can tell. That's it. You can send me anywhere. I belong to you. This is the quality. He says, why are you hesitant to tell this to me? You can immediately tell. You don't have to think that many times to tell me. See, dear devotees. I remember spiritual master telling on these lines, he says, it becomes difficult to correct a disciple if he is not following the principles of a disciple. What is the principle of a disciple? Pranipatena, pariprashnana, sevaya. This is not manifested, then the spiritual master disciple relationship is not yet established. And he says, when that is not established, then it is very difficult to correct. If it is difficult, if it is getting difficult to correct, then there is the progress in Krishna consciousness is not that deep. That means for Krishna consciousness, the progress in Krishna consciousness depends on how much we are cultivating the faith on the words of the spiritual master, on the words of the acharyas. Do we have that kind of a person where we can trust, where we can follow his instructions, we can lead our life like that? This is the inquiry which we need to take. Because when this inquiry comes in our life, then what happens is we will take bold steps in our life. Because if bold steps are not taken in one's life, then the process is hampered. That means what happens is the consciousness will be diluted because we are trying to remain at the same stage. That means sometimes we chant, sometimes we do not chant, sometimes we hear, sometimes we do not hear. If this is continuing like this, then how can we make further advancement? Because if you actually say Arjuna, the state in which he is in chapter 1 is like that, where he is giving all the reasons of not to fight. It's not like a child telling his parents that I don't want to eat. Yes, he gives so many reasons. Oh, I don't want to eat because this is spicy. I don't want to eat because I don't like this. I don't want to eat because this is little cold. I don't want to eat because other reasons. Because the core reason is doesn't want to eat. The reason which he's telling that is secondary. But the primary thing is doesn't want to eat. Likewise, Arjuna, not just Arjuna did it, but every person in this world. The primary reason of not practicing Krishna consciousness on the level in which our acharyas are telling is exactly this is the thing. Only when one works without attachment, but we have attachments. That means what is the attachment doing? Attachment is not allowing us to go internal. The attachment is not allowing it to go into the internal realm. Likewise, if Lord Ramachandra is free from all these attachments, the Supreme Personality of God is coming as a person and showing that this is what you need to cultivate. What is that core principle? Principle of submissiveness. He is showing how one should be submissive to one's elders, to one's spiritual master. Ramachandra, Lord Ramachandra, he has shown practically in his life how he dealt with his father. And he's not telling Mother Sita also, "Oh, you should also come. See, I'm going, you should come. See, I'm your husband. Wherever husband goes, you should come." He's not telling like that. He's telling you, stay at the palace. Don't worry, 14 years will pass just like that. You stay here, you have all the comforts here. Nashrad Maharaj will take care of you nicely. Kausalya, Mother Kausalya, she'll take care of you nicely. You stay here, don't worry. He's not he's not asking anyone to come with him. He didn't even call Lakshmana. Do you understand? But when Lakshmana came, he did not stop because he knows Lakshmana cannot stay without the presence of Lord Ramachandra because he is so attached. Now, this attachment is good. Attachment towards that personalities which would actually enhance one's Krishna consciousness or which will actually cultivate the love of God, which would actually give us the hope, ray, shelter, everything. That attachment is very deep because that attachment will actually help us to come from one state to the other state. Now, here, the so called compassion which Arjuna is actually showing. Now, technically, from the perspective of what Lord is trying to show, that is only a so called compassion. No doubt they are all principles of Dharma, but they are also an obstruction. Just like Yudhishthira Maharaj, he has been told by the Lord to speak a lie, he did not spoke. That means Dharma is okay, but the root of Dharma is what? The Lord. The Lord is telling you speak a lie. That means that in the hands of the Lord, now he can make the rules, he can break the rules also. Now, why is he breaking the rules? To uplift the Dharma. It's not like he's breaking the rules to dethrone the Dharma. That is also important. The Lord is telling him to speak lie because to establish the deeper principle. Now, not just this and this as an example. There are multiple examples in the scriptures like that, which actually reveal us. When the Mother Draupadi was actually about to be about she was there, Dushashan was removing the sari. Now Bhishma Dev, Dronacharya didn't speak the word there. That's a problem. That's a mistake. That's a mistake which was committed. No, not that they have committed a mistake just like that. They're not getting the inspiration from the heart. But that's an obstruction, right? That means the dharma which was there, which is not followed there. Please understand. For that, they have to stay on the other side. And they had to fight against the Pandavas. Because what did they do? They did not speak a word. There's a reason. That means everything which we are doing, we should understand. For example, out of our understanding or our own logic, reasons, we are doing certain things, we are not doing certain things, we are accepting certain things, we are not accepting certain things. You should understand your devotees. Anything which we are doing, we get a result out of it. Doesn't matter. Might be a positive, negative, doesn't matter. If you actually see entire world, with just everyone is living. Everyone is living their life. But how good that is, how bad that is, nobody is thinking about it. Because everyone is telling just, life is like an ice cream. Just taste it before it melts down. That means what are they trying to do? They're trying to use the best bargain. Every situation, every day, every night, whatever is best, they're doing that. But which one is yielding a good result, which one is yielding a bad result, no idea. A lot of people have this notion. What's the problem if I do this? What's the problem if I do that? What's the problem if I see some person which is going on the street? What's happening? There's nothing happening. I'm all right. So these things can show or help us to do certain things, but they will not benefit us. I might get some little happiness through that, but through that happiness, I have to suffer so much. Vishwadeva Duryodhana didn't speak the word there. No doubt they're not getting the inspiration from their heart. They're just checking their heart. But even that, they did not speak of, they did not stop that. That's a problem. It means when something irreligion is happening, that means a woman can never be, it doesn't matter what situation it is, a woman can never be kept in that situation. No matter how much heinous act she has done. No, she can never be kept in that situation. It has to be stopped. As a Kshatriya, you cannot see that. You have to stop that because that is against the dharmic principles. But that was withheld. That was not being stopped. Now there are other reasons also for that why it was not being stopped. Lord wanted to give unlimited saris. There is reciprocation happening. But if you actually see from a from another perspective or a principle, you did not speak at that point of time, it's a problem. That means you should understand. Now I said something at the beginning. If you're in a difficult situation, you don't know what to do, then it is better to stay, better to be quiet. No doubt we might get some problems through that, but that problem is far beneficial than the problem which we are if we are speaking just like that. That means the vacho vegam, manaso krodha vegam. That means the vega which is there, the vega, the vega might not be used in the right way, but we don't, but we are at least stopping the vega from speaking the negative way. What are we in the neutrals? That is also a problem sometimes. That's why to correct that problem we speak later. Please understand. We are at one instance, we are stopping it, we're not speaking, but later on we are speaking. Later on we are speaking and then we are trying to correct or rectify that. No, that will add a bias. That will add good aspect. That means it is a good habit or it is a good quality which has been cultivated. See, Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi. If other person is sad, immediately you just say, I'm feeling very I'm also very sad because you are sad. How can I be happy? If you are dejected, will I be happy? If you are dejected, I'll stay with you. I'll pray for you. When I'm dejected, you pray for me. When I'm down, you uplift me. Now you are down, I'll uplift you. What is the problem? There's no problem. Will we be always like this? Don't we get difficult situations in our life? So that at that moment we will be down. We need the association of Vaishnavas so that they uplift us. Likewise, if we get that opportunity, we should pray for them. We should uplift them. Now, this consciousness is the best consciousness. This consciousness is a real compassion, actually. Not the compassion on this body. The compassion should be towards the soul. Array, this body is suffering so much. Life after life, not this life. Array, last life we had a cat body. Didn't that cat body suffered? Just giving an example. Let's say we have another human being body last life. Didn't that body suffer from diseases, this, that, so many other things? It suffers. That means the body suffers. That doesn't mean that we allow the body to suffer. We take care of this body nicely. But that is not the ultimate goal. Just like taking care of the body is the ultimate goal. No, no, we keep the body healthy. Why? To become Krishna conscious. When the body is healthy, two things can be done. Sense gratification or practice Krishna consciousness. If the sense gratification is done when the body is healthy, again, more karmic reactions, more bodily discomforts will come eventually. But when the body is good, when we are using it in the service of Guru and Krishna, what is happening? That is uplifting our consciousness. That is uplifting. That is helping us to go closer to invoke the mercy of the Lord. Now, through that mercy only, He will take us on back to Godhead. Now, how many lifetimes you will suffer here? If you want to continuously suffer, yes, you don't have to take in. You don't have to think any of these things. We can just lead a life. Just like so many people, they're leading their life. They have every reason and logic telling that why non-vegetarian is very good. They are convinced in that. And likewise, we can also be convinced and then we can do whatever we want. That is up to us. But the moment we begin doing that, we get disconnected. The mercy or the flow from the acharyas. is removed. Removed in the sense we ourselves we removed it. They don't want to remove that. The connection is already there. The connection is always there. We don't want to put our plug into the socket. The socket is like Guru Parampara. The plug is we. If we want our battery to be charged, we should put the plug. If you remove the plug, your battery is discharged. The machine will not function. That means the soul will not have any existence. It is our responsibility to put the plug. Now, when we put the plug, it will work. Putting the plug means is doing Shravana and Kirtana and then leading our life according to that. Now, Arjuna will exactly do that because Arjuna is in that state now. Likewise, all the conditioned souls, they are in that state. We should uplift our consciousness to take their association more. Just like how Lord Ramachandra took the difficult situation in his life. Because tomorrow is his appearance day. Unlimited. Do you see how unlimited difficulties he went through in the forest? He couldn't see his beloved one, Mother Sita. You know how much trouble he has taken, how much difficulties. He was in total separation from Mother Sita. He was crying, 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 crying. Couldn't see her. So many difficulties. Why? Because he accepted the words of Dasharath Maharaj. On one side, by being submissive, person is going through so many difficulties. Even Supreme Personality of Godhead, he also took so many difficulties. That means, oh, so I shouldn't be submissive. Because if I'm submissive, then so many problems will come. Is that the way we should see? No. The submission is actually showing us or allowing us to experience the staunch faith in Krishna consciousness. Because through that submission, what is happening? We are ready to face any situation. My dear father, you're my master. Kim kara? Just do it. I'll do whatever you say. This is the process of surrender. This is the process of submission, which Arjuna comes to that state. That's why he could understand the Gita. That's what this is the core thing Srila Prabhupada actually mentions. If a person wants to really understand Gita and then lead his life according to that, and then follow those teachings as per their words, as per the words of the Acharyas, then the principle of submission is about to begin. Arjuna comes to that plane. What is happening? Right now, what is he? He's giving compassion to the things which is not supposed to give. That's why Krishna says, Kutasya kasvalamidam. That means the compassion has to be given to the things which he's supposed to give. He should know where he has to invest his energy. किधर डालना है? Consciousness किधर लगाना है? Where we should put our focus. That is important. That is very important. Coming to this body, I see a lot of people cry when there is white hair. They cry when the hair is when hair falls. They lament when some difficulties are happening to this body. Why? We all think that we are that. Not thinking we are convinced. Or how do you know that we are convinced in that? You don't know how much time we have spent in front of the mirror. Not sure. That itself is an indication that how much we are convinced that we are this body. So these bodily inabilities or discomforts, they are showing us. For example, there are discomforts to this body. A devotee was telling in the morning, out of love, was telling, looks like you're having cold cough. I did not say anything, but later on I was thinking about this. This body has to be eaten by jackals, crows, eaten up by the worms if they are buried in the ground or being burnt in the fire. If this body is burnt, if this body is like this, the situation is like this. This Prabhu, out of his love, affection, is telling that. But how should we take this? How should we take this? Do we ever think about like this? Do you ever think about this in this way? I was discussing about this yesterday. How many people in India have health insurance? Very low percentage, very less. When they do not have health insurance, don't they survive in this world? They survive. How many people in US have health insurance? Almost everyone has health insurance. What's the reference? Everyone says that the cost of living is different. That's okay. But there's another aspect, the aspect of fear. Because that's how everyone is trained. You should have this, oh, otherwise it's a problem. You should have that, oh, otherwise it's a problem. You should have this, you should have that. So many things. I'm not against of anyone. I'm trying to say that a fear factor, which is one there, which is there, that leads to so many things, vicious cycle. Why not there? Why not here? Why not here? Why not there? So many ways. Just thinking in so many ways. Because the factor is there. If anyone is going out of that fear to a hospital, especially in India, he will be looted like anything. They would say, you do this test, that test, so many things. You do that, you do this, you do this, you do that. They will empty the pocket. That's why not to go for extra phantasmagoria of this world. Eat whatever is required, sleep whatever is required, practice Krishna consciousness, don't think of anything else. Everything which you are thinking, it should be in alliance with Krishna consciousness and then move forward. When that is there, the fear will not come in the heart. Vitaraga bhayakrodam anmanama upasata. Baudo jhana tapasa. Otherwise, the fear will trample us. And Lord Ramachandra personally showing his life as an example that how much fearless he is. A lot of people say, oh, Lord Ramachandra also cried out of fear. No, that's not out of fear. That's out of separation. People don't understand. People think that crying is, oh, he has so much attachment. An impersonalist will think, oh, so Lord Ramachandra also has attachment. That's why he's crying for one something. I do not have any attachment. That's why I don't cry. It is very low level consciousness. But his crying is the cry of compassion. Unlimited. We cannot understand. But so these things have to be addressed again and again. So when we see that, then our understanding will be different. We are also living in the same world, but the way we see things is different. We are also leading a life. We are also eating. We are also sleeping. We are also spending our money. But the way we are doing all of that is different. Because we are doing everything for the pleasure of the Lord. Now that consciousness has to be established because that is the only aspect which will free us from this inabilities of this world. Arjuna is really fighting for so-called compassion. He doesn't want to kill any of these personalities, telling that the dharma will be upthrown. Furnace Shankara, all these principles are coming, but the root is attachment. That has to be curbed. We can also speak so much, tell so much. But if your attachment is not removed, that's a problem. That's really a problem. Now, this thing has to be cultivated. We have to address this more and more. And this is addressed Vishwam Purnam Sukhalaya. And tomorrow we'll discuss this sloka. Kutasva Kasvalamidam. Krishna is Samupasthita. Where Krishna is the first words Krishna is telling. Arjuna, kya ho gaya aapko? Why these impurities come upon you? Krishna heard everything. Now he's telling, what are you speaking all of these, Arjuna? Why are you so much worried? I am telling you to fight. Then why are you thinking all of these things? That means something else is going on in our heart. Krishna wants that to be removed first before he wanted to give Gita to him. Dear devotees, if the child has a lot of dirt on his body, do you see mother putting another dress? No. Mother will remove the dress, wash, bath, and clean. Then she'll put the clothes again. So Krishna wants to clean first. Then he will give the service. Apparently, see, if it is not clean, then what's the point of giving service? For example, if there is a problem in the heart, oh, how should I kill Bhishma Deva? He is in the middle of killing. Just think about like this. Arjuna didn't was been not been shown his attachment. And then Arjuna said, yes, yes, let us fight. We started fighting after 2, 3 days. Then he saw Bhishma, Hurry, Bhishma Dev is middle. What should I do now? Dronacharya is in the middle. What should I do? This is my spiritual master. This is my grandfather Bhishma Dev. What should I do? He's my teacher who trained me up in the military affairs. How can I kill these personalities? Then in the middle, if he has taken this situation of being grief, what would have been the situation, dear devotees? That's why Krishna, he showed that first. Likewise, when our body is going through difficulties, Lord is showing us, you see, these difficulties everyone has to go through. You are also going through it. Accept it, move forward, remember me through the difficulties also. Krishna is telling. If you don't understand that, then we'll feel, Hare Krishna, you see, so many years I'm chanting, now I have a difficulty. Kya ho raha hai? Remove this. No, that is not right. Arjuna also did not speak like that. Now Duryodhana doesn't even understand any of these things. So it's very important. That means if the attitude is not right, we cannot understand anything. You see the example of Duryodhana? That's why he's not part of this hearing process. Please understand. Krishna did not tell the teachings to Duryodhana. He told to Arjuna only. Even if you see, he's telling Arjuna after correcting. It's even more important. पहले clean कर रहा है, then बोल रहा है. He's first cleaning. That's why he's telling, Akirti Karam Arjuna, what have these impurities come upon you? After clearing up that, then Arjuna submits. You see, after submission only Gita begins. You're understanding how important this is? Submission. A lot of people will say, अरे क्या होगा? Chant कर रहा हूँ ना, मैं दीक्षा भी हो गया. What do you think I'll go back to Godhead? अरे where is the submission, Prabhu? Where is surrender, Prabhu? अरे those are all not required. अरे then what about Arjuna? Was he acting? Or is he showing us a way to come to the plane of submission? You see, actually, do you know what is? Gita began after submission. Then surrender came at the end. But without submission, how will the surrender come? It will not come. That means to understand Gita, in chapter 3, chapter 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until 18, what is the base principle? Submission. Kim kara. That submission is not there. Whimsically hearing, whimsically understanding, whimsically speculating, then Krishna consciousness will also be whimsical. It will not be genuine. If it is not genuine, we will find faults with everyone. Oh, उधर हो रहा है, उधर हो रहा है, वो टेम्पल में ये किया, ये टेम्पल में वो किया. Long and exquisite. Oh, वो प्रभु ने चीटिंग किया, ये प्रभु ने चीटिंग किया. तो open up YouTube, you'll get so many things like that. Because people don't have any work to do. This is what they will do. This is Kali working through them. If you take that association, you are taking Kali association. Oh, that Prabhu is not good. This वो fallen हो गया, ये fallen हो गया. What is that? Will that help us? Will that help realize that we're not this but a powerful spirits? No. That means what we should do? दूर रहना है. We should stay away from it. Should correct our heart. इधर problem है ना. Arjuna is correcting his heart. You see, actually, Arjuna is not telling. You see, Duryodhana is like this. He is like that. Oh, why is Bhishma Dev here? He's not telling that. Oh, why is Dronacharya? He shouldn't be here there, na. Krishna, why Dronacharya is there? You see, do you see any of those statements like that from Arjuna? No. That means everything we learn from this one person. That is a Gita actually. And to tell about that one person, we need Acharyas. Prabhupada clearly tells us actually. I remember my spiritual master, he shows the heart of Arjuna just like that. He shows, he tells, you see, Arjuna is like this. Everything, he traces everything. It's that mercy personified. He tells everything. Clean slate. By seeing that person, we'll understand, oh, we should be like this. Yes, 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 yes. Very important. This is how we should take Krishna consciousness. Which practical science did about it? If we are having a problem, अरे वो problem अपना ही है. Don't worry. Our problem है. Now, heart में कुछ problem है, that's our problem. We should inquire that problem. We should come out of that problem. That is what Arjuna is doing. That is what we should also do. That means when that submission is coming, that's it. This is a perfection in one's life. Dear devotee, I will tell you, this one submission will actually break open the doors of the spiritual world. That means millions of lifetimes what we have done, they will all be vanished simply through this one principle. This very powerful principle. That's why if you see so many devotees, but you'll not see devotees who submitted themselves. Very rare. There are few devotees. Otherwise, movement will not go forward. They are devotees, definitely. They are definitely pure souls in our movement. Great. It's only through their mercy the movement is going forward. They are very strict to follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. They are devotees. Yes, definitely. Because they have submitted their life. See, this submission is a source of inspiration. They not just get inspired, they give inspiration to others. Please understand, this is what this यही करना है अपने को. We should try to do this. We should try to find a way to cultivate that submission. You see, you cannot submit to 1,000 people. You should submit to one person. Very important. Very important. In this, we need to understand closely, deeply, reflect our heart, submit, pranipatena pariprashrana seva, and move forward. Because that is how it is established here. I remember before the association of my Shiksha Guru, I know these shlokas, but I don't know the details behind that. To be honest, I don't know the details. Are ye shloka, I can tell the flow also. Just through knowledge, we studied that before. But after his association, he will tell the details. Either kya ho raha, either that means he will tell like why Arjuna is behaving like this here. What are the causes? What are the reasons? And as a condition, so why we are suffering? Even though we know knowledge, why we are suffering? Why this Gyan is not transformed into Vigyan? Because if the Gyan is transformed to Vigyan, then only there's some tangibility, some existence. If the Gyan is not transformed into Vigyan, this Gyan will actually fool us up. Because Gyan will remain as Gyan if we are not submitting. We'll cultivate ज्ञान from different source. One person ये बोलेगा, दूसरा person आके वो बोलेगा, तीसरा person आके वो बोलेगा, चौथा वाला आके वो बोलेगा. We'll cultivate the knowledge, cultivate. But the submission has to come. We should submit to that person. When we submit, then what happens? Then only magic comes. So Krishna consciousness, magic comes. For example, I'll tell. On one side, your water is coming. Other side, you have a small hole. You're filling the water from the top. वो नीचे थोड़ा होल है. क्या होगा होल है तो पानी उसमें से बाहर जाएगा. वाटर इज गोइंग आउट ऑफ दैट होल. योर ऊपर से पानी आ रहा है और इट इज ऑल्सो गोइंग आउट. Why? The bucket will not fill or the bucket will not overflow because from the bottom the water is going. That means the right platform is not there. Did what is the right platform comes through submission. Very important. Submission, what submission does is it removes the unwanted things from our heart. I, I need to think more about this because this submission is very deep principle. It gives everything, gives access to everything. We need to understand this very powerful thing. That's what Arjuna did. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. That's what his followers are doing. That's what we should do. If we submit to the words of the Acharyas, our life is perfect. Please understand. Whatever Srila Prabhupada says, that is what we are discussing. We are not discussing anything else. We don't have any other business also. If we follow that as is and then submit to his words, then our heart will be perfected. Very important. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Anyone would like to add anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Please tell.
Prabhuji, can I speak in Telugu?
Please చెప్పండి.
ఈరోజు శ్రీరామనవమి. విష్ యూ హ్యాపీ శ్రీరామనవమి టు ఆల్.
హరే కృష్ణ. హ్యాపీ
హరే
శ్రీరామ.
కృష్ణ. నాకు ఈరోజు ఆలోచిస్తుంటే ఒకటి అనిపించింది. జనరల్గా మనకి కృష్ణ అవతారం, రామావతారం ఇలా దశావతారాలు ఉన్నాయి కదా విష్ణుమూర్తికి. సో మనం కృష్ణ హరే రామ అని హరే కృష్ణుని రాముని మాత్రమే ఎందుకు తలుచుకున్నాం? విష్ణుమూర్తిని కానీ, లార్డ్ వెంకటేశ్వరాన్ని కానీ, లేకపోతే ఇంకా వేరే రూపంలో ఉన్న విష్ణుమూర్తి అవతారాలను ఎందుకు అంతగా మనం స్మరించట్లేదు, లేకపోతే జపించట్లేదు? ఎనీ రీజన్ బిహైండ్ దట్? ఓన్లీ కృష్ణ అండ్ రామ అని మాత్రమే ఎందుకు అనుకోవాలి? హరే నమో వెంకటేశాయ, లేకపోతే నమో నారాయణాయ, లేకపోతే నమో విష్ణువే అని ఇలా ఎందుకు అనుకోకూడదు?
యాక్చువల్లీ మనం దీని గురించి విల్ డిస్కస్ ఇన్ డీటెయిల్ అబౌట్ దిస్ టుమారో. కానీ ఓవరాల్గా వాట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు టెల్ ఇస్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇస్ వై వీ డోంట్ వర్షిప్ లార్డ్ విష్ణు జస్ట్ లైక్ వి వర్షిప్ కృష్ణ అండ్ లార్డ్ రామచంద్ర అండ్ బలరామ్జీ. వై డోంట్ వి వర్షిప్ లార్డ్ విష్ణు? దెర్ ఆర్ రీజన్స్. ప్రైమరీ రీజన్ అన్న బ్రహ్మముద్ద గౌడీయ వైష్ణవ సంప్రదాయ చైతన్య మహాప్రభు, he came, the reason of he coming is to give love of God. అంటే కృష్ణ భక్తి, కృష్ణ ప్రేమని ఇవ్వడానికి వచ్చారు. యాక్చువల్లీ he came to give that love. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే there are different realms in the spiritual world. There are Vaikuntha planes, there are Goloka plane. Vaikuntha plane లో Lord Vishnu stays, Lord Narayana stays, and Shri Sampradaya, they worship Lord Vishnu and their goal is to attain the Vaikuntha plane. And our goal is to attain Goloka. That's why we worship Krishna. Just like a son, one son wants to go into IIT, other son wants to go into NIT. IIT wala, he has one stream. NIT has another stream. I'm just telling so that we can understand through some difference. We can go into the details and we need to understand Krishna is not part of the Dashavatara. He is the root of the Dashavatara. That's another aspect we need to understand. Krishna is the source of everyone. Ete chamsakula kalapumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That means through Krishna, Balramji comes, through Balramji, Chatur Purushas comes, through them, Lord Vishnu comes, Brahmaji comes, Lord Shiva comes, and all the other Devi Devatas do manifest. But the root for all of them is the Lord, Krishna. And then his loka is Goloka. Very interesting is, he named his loka by the name of his devotee, Mother Cow. Please understand, Krishna is, I cannot understand him. A very special person. And he is very dear to his devotees. Not that Mahavishnu is not dear to his devotees. His dear is different. Krishna's dear is different. Because there are different exchanges of relationships. Krishna's relationship with his devotees is totally different. We cannot perceive. Lord Rama's relationship with his devotees is different. Krishna, particularly, oh, very different.
Okay.
Very, very different. So, different lokas, Nana.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? Otherwise, we'll stop it here. Once again, wish you all happy Sri Ramanavami. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please accept mine. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Happy Sri Ram Navami to you too and your family from us. Prabhu, beautiful session. And at the end, they gave the solution. Submission is the key to overcome all these anarthas which are acting on us. So it just came to my thought, which I would like to share. We submit to everyone. Like basically, the submission comes when we feel solace, when we feel happiness in that association, right? Children or anything um, that we eat or something like on a body platform, we come across many situations, many associations. Out of them, if any of them are giving us happiness, we try to do the same again and again, kind of submission to it, try to achieve it again and again. But here, in a spiritual path, it's not on it's not on body, it is on body, but body is already included in that subtle level, right, Prabhu? So once we get to know that subtle aspect or soul aspect that we are dealing here in the spiritual path, body is already covered. We don't have to separately think about well, it's important, but we don't have to focus too much on the body.
Whatever is required, we should give that and then just move. Yes.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. So that subtle level or soul level submission or that interest, it's if we don't contemplate, if we don't do smarana, we wouldn't know on what to submit for. We know that this message is giving us happiness for sure. Everybody can feel that because it's the soul is getting satisfied, na? Through this message coming from Guru Parampara. But then why is the problem coming for submission? That's because we are not contemplating or we are not doing the smarana on what we are achieving here. But on a body level, if we like something, we just submit on to it. We do the same thing over and over again. It just came to my thought on comparison, Prabhu.
We have little fear also. If we submit, what happens? And because the fear comes through attachments. And But the solution that for that is hearing only. We should
Mm.
continue to hear more and more. When we continue to hear, then a day comes where we get an opportunity to submit. And then that submission will give us great results. It's important because if that is happening, then things will shape up. That's what Arjuna did. We should see these personalities. That's what all of these personalities are doing. We should aspire for that. We should at least have a desire. We should pray, my dear Lord, I'm not in that state, but I want to. Please help. Please help. Please show me the way. Please give me an opportunity to serve in a better way. I really want to serve. Really want to serve Shira Prabhupada. I really want to serve his followers. Please give me a way. Please show me a way. This is the process of submission. When we do this, then what happens is our way of seeing this world is deferred. Because wherever we go, we really want to carry this. Because this is helping us. It's not like we leave this, but we don't hear or we do something else. No, we see. Don't we see ourselves, our body changed since as 30 years. If you take your picture 30 years back, what is our body? It's totally different compared to what we are today. It means how can I trust which is changing? Cannot trust. But if I see the consciousness is there, at that time also my consciousness was there. This time also my consciousness is there. But now I see a deferred consciousness. And this deferred consciousness is helping me. So why don't I focus on this? Why don't I condensify or modify this more and more, or intensify this consciousness more and more? And then see those personalities, Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, his followers, Guru Parampara. Just we need to see and move forward. Because they represent that absolute truth. Hare Krishna. Lord Ramachandra, what is his consciousness through submission? Unimaginable. Cannot understand. He's ready to take. Supreme Personality God taking help from Vanarasena. Even he's ready to take the service of a squirrel. He wanted to give that much love. Sharing. He's readily accepting everyone's service. How much compassion, genuinity in the heart. To save one devotee. Please understand. Because a devotee is going through a very difficult state. The devotees, if you see that, don't you think the Lord will come and help us when we are in a difficult situation? And that help, when we actually receive it from the Lord, our faith is intensified. That's why difficulties sometimes do help us to intensify our faith. That's good. That develops our relationship with them more and more. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Thank you all very much. Shiva Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for giving wonderful lecture,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Karina, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And thank you so much for giving wonderful lecture.